What's up, Ravens fans? Week 1 is upon us. We're all excited about that opener Sunday against the Buffalo Bills, and lots of good questions in this week's Ravens Mailbag. So let's dive into it. The first question comes from Mike today, and the question is, how many snaps does Lamar Jackson take under center in Week 1?
We talk about the excitement. I think nobody's more excited to see Lamar Jackson than us. You know, I put this on the low end, I'll say 3.
Okay.
On the high end, I'm going 13.
That's a big number.
That's a big range in 13. Yeah, that would be a lot of snaps. Look, Lamar Jackson has been so dynamic in the preseason. He led the team in rushing touchdowns. So I think a lot of this depends on, well, how many trips to the red zone do the Ravens make? Because I think that's where Lamar Jackson could really kind of show what he can bring to this game. He's so tough to stop 10-yard line, 5-yard line in, because he can throw and obviously run. That really stretches the defense. So if the Ravens are making a lot of trips down there deep in the Bills territory, which, knock on wood, I think they will, then I think that we could see a good amount of Lamar Jackson.
You know, it's interesting. I've seen some conversation about whether or not he'll be active this week, and I don't think there's really that much of a question in my mind. I think he's going to be active, but I would probably shade a little bit lower than you in terms of 13 is the high. I think he's probably right around 5 in this first game. And the other place I think that he can maybe make an impact is in maybe 3rd and short, 4th and short situations, because he's somebody, like you said, he adds a new element. And here's the thing. The Bills, when they're preparing this week, they've got to spend time talking about this guy, and that's something that is a good thing for the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to take Joe Flacco off the field because he's been playing so well, but you also at the same time can't deny the playmaker that Lamar Jackson is shown to be.
All right, so let's keep it moving. The next question comes from Will Rutledge, and the question is, in terms of the workload between the running backs, we're staying the offensive theme here, what's the percentage that each of these guys will end up seeing? Well, Alex Collins, he's going to be the first guy out there, and didn't have a huge preseason, but when you look around the league, starting running backs don't necessarily play a lot in the preseason. It's no different for Alex. I think he's going to be in store for a big season, and I think that he's going to get, say, about 65% of the snaps this week. That's what I would expect for him. The next guy out there, I think, is going to be Buck Allen, and there's a lot of excitement about Kenneth Dixon. And look, I'm excited about Dixon as well, but Buck Allen, to me, has proven to be the number 2 guy. He's a good pass catcher. I could really think you see a lot of him on 3rd downs. I think he'll get about 25% of the snaps. And then to start the season, I think it's going to be about 10% for Kenneth Dixon. Yeah. So again, Alex Collins getting the lion's share of the carries there, most of the snaps, but both of those other guys are going to push him. I mean, I think both those guys have potential. They're going to challenge him for snaps and reps, and I like the Ravens running back competition right now.
That'll really fluctuate, I think, over the course of the season. You could see Kenneth Dixon getting much higher than 10%, but not right now. I mean, you have to remember he missed some time because of injuries. He missed all last year, so he's still working his way.
Yeah, I think this is the Week 1 prediction for me.
Yeah, exactly. Last question is, considering Marshall Yanda will be back, who gets the start at right tackle Week 1? Orlando Brown Jr. or James Hurst?
This is the big question.
Yeah, this is the tough one. You know, I really think that it could go either way. Obviously, Orlando Brown has been the starting guy at right tackle throughout the preseasons, and I think he's done a good job. He's proven that he can handle that role. But James Hurst is a proven veteran, so you're like, do I want to put the rookie out there Week 1, really put him on that stage right at the start of the season, or does he need to kind of earn it a little bit more?
So we're putting you on the spot. What side of the flag? What side are you putting your flag on?
Well, you know how I feel about James Hurst.
I know, he's great, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to plant my flag on James Hurst. I'm going Week 1 him, and Orlando Brown, I think, will eventually become the starter there.
All right, so we love hearing from you guys every single week. Send in those questions using the hashtag #RavensMailbag on social media. We'll see what happens on Sunday. That's it for us. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.